Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the applications of conductance measurement. So, first application is to determine hydrolysis constant. So, first of all, what is the meaning of term hydrolysis? When a salt of weak acid or a weak base is dissolved in a water, it reacts with the water molecules to give excess of hydrogen or hydroxide ion. This process is basically called as hydrolysis. The extent of hydrolysis varies with the type of electrolyte, it is important, and dilution. It is measured in terms of hydrolysis constant. One can determine hydrolysis constant of weak acid or a base using Bradig's method. Consider an example of hydrolysis of salt aniline hydrochloride. It is the salt of weak base, that is aniline, and strong acid, that is HCl. When dissolved in a water, it undergoes hydrolysis as shown by this reaction. This is the aniline hydrochloride. It dissociated as aniline plus HCl. So initial concentration for aniline hydrochloride is 1, while aniline NaCl it is 0. At equilibrium, concentration of aniline hydrochloride it is denoted by 1 minus H, while concentration of aniline it is H, while HCl is also H. The total conductance of solution is due to the HCl. And unhydrolyzed aniline hydrochloride, because aniline being a weak base, it is poorly ionized. So one can write lambda is equal to into bracket 1 minus H bracket close lambda C plus H multiplied by lambda HCl. So we can rearrange this equation and we get H is equal to lambda minus lambda C divided by lambda HCl minus lambda C, where lambda C and lambda HCl are equivalence conductance of unhydrolyzed salt and free acid, which can be determined experimentally. From the values of lambda C and lambda HCl, we can calculate degree of hydrolysis, that is H. This degree of hydrolysis is related with hydrolysis constant, that is Kh. So Kh is equal to H square multiplied by C divided by 1 minus H. And from this equation, one can easily calculate hydrolysis constant. So this topic is very much important because there is sure shot a 2-marker question comes from this topic. Another application is in conductometric titration. So first of all, what is mean by conductometric titration? Titration in which equivalence point is located on the basis of conductance measurement are called as conductometric titration. In this titration, the titrant is taken at least 5 times more concentrated as compared to the analyte. This is to avoid volume increase during titration. So basically there are 4 to 5 type of conductometric titration which we are going to discuss. First titration which we are going to discuss is titration of strong acid with a strong base. So consider the titration of strong acid, that is HCl, with a strong base NaOH. Initially the solution contains only HCl, which is dissociated as HCl is dissociated as H plus and plus Cl minus. When NaOH is added from the burette, it reacts with the HCl, which is shown by this reaction. So H plus plus Cl minus plus NaOH gives Na plus Cl minus plus water. So overall net effect is replacement of H plus with Na plus. Since the conductance of Na plus is less than H plus, it is important. Conductance of Na plus is less than H plus, the conductance of the solution goes on decreasing up to the end point. So just see in this graph, initially the conductance decreases up to the end point. After the end point, NaOH remains unreacted and dissociated as NaOH gives Na plus and OH minus. OH minus has higher mobility and so conductance goes on increasing after the end point. So just see in this graph, we clear cut see that after this point conductance get increases. Conductance is recorded and plotted as a function of volume of NaOH. So your x on a x-axis volume of NaOH is plotted, on y-axis conductance is plotted. So the intersection of these two lines basically give you equivalence point. The second titration which we are going to discuss is titration of strong acid with weak base. Consider the titration of strong acid HCl with weak base, that is ammonium hydroxide. Initially the solution contains only HCl, which dissociated as HCl gives H plus and Cl minus. When ammonium hydroxide is added, it reacts with HCl, which is shown in this reaction. The net effect is replacement of H plus with ammonium plus. Since ammonium has less conductance than H plus, therefore conductance of solution decreases up to the end point, which is shown in this graph. After the end point, excess ammonium hydroxide does not dissociated because it is weak electrolyte and conductance remains constant. Just see here, after your end point conductance remains constant. So intersection of these two lines give us equivalence point. Just see in both the case, that is in case of titration of strong acid with a strong base, the nature of graph is different than the titration of strong acid with the weak base. So just see here, when strong acid versus weak base is taken, the nature of graph is like this. When strong acid versus strong base is titrated, nature of graph is like this. Now we are going to see titration of weak acid with a strong base. Consider the titration of weak acid like acetic acid with a strong base, for example NaOH. Initially solution contains acetic acid which is poorly ionized because it is the weak electrolyte. Hence the conductance is very small. Just see here, conductance is very small. When NaOH is added, it reacts with the acetic acid, which is shown in this reaction. The conductance of a solution increases slowly due to the formation of ions. After the end point, NaOH dissociated as Na plus and OH minus. Due to the formation of these OH minus ions with high mobility, the conductance increases rapidly. Intersection of these two lines give us the end point. So nature of graph in this case come like this, and intersection of these two lines give us a end point. In our next video, we are going to see some more other application. Thank you very much.